Great road trip. Really, really happy with the guys, and I thought tonight really showed what we've been kind of talking about all year, which is we know we're going to be okay offensively. Right, we're struggling to score the way we had most of the season. I think mainly due to not having Fox, Tyrese, and Harrison out there. But the defense these last few games has just been outstanding from the way we're competing and covering for each other. And the key is to combine the two, right? So as you know, we continue to go, like it's great that the group gets to experience and feel like multiple games in a row now where we're holding opponents under 100 points and whatnot. So really, really happy with our group. Tough road trip from a standpoint of flying all over the country, guys being hurt and down, and just keep battling. And good to go 4-0 on this trip is great. Forced 21 turnovers tonight and got out and ran. So it's going to be it'll be a good flight home.
All right, let's start with James Ham.
Luke, it's been a rough road for Marvin here over the last year and a half. Just how happy are you for him to have a game like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's you love this when you get into coaching, you love to see young players grow and develop. And like I keep saying, like Marvin made huge strides this year. And unfortunately, he's been hit with some unlucky injuries. And this is now 2 out of the last 3 games that he put up big time performances. And I was happy for him. I was happy to see his teammates. Like that's part of the fun of the sport is when you're playing well and you got your guys behind you. And he was really good tonight.
Tony Harvey.
Yes, Coach Walton. Yes, let's talk about that defense. 15 steals. Did get 66 points in the paint, but those 15 steals, they definitely stand out. Only 11 turnovers. Let's talk about that defense. What have you been liking about what they've been doing over the course of these 4 games? Because now they seem like they know that defense is what's going to will in these victories.
Yeah, well, I think DeLon and Mo have them playing big minutes and being vets and long and lengthy and have really helped out. But our guys that we've had all year are doing a great job too. From the communication of Rashawn to tonight Marvin came in and really helped rebound the basketball as well. And guys that are coming in off the bench are playing really hard. TD, he made a couple of mistakes out there, but the effort he's playing with is what we love to see, and that's kind of what gets contagious. So, it's fun when you're playing that hard and you're able to create stops, and then that allows us to get out and run. So that's really good. I also think that if y'all don't ask about it, I think Buddy had another really good game. As far as just playing in a role to help us win. Like we definitely need him to score, but for him, 9 rebounds and 8 assists and really to create offense for us is we talked about it a little bit pregame, but I thought he did a great job of that again tonight.
Sean Cunningham?
Yeah, Luke, I'll just go back to Marvin here for a second. When you see just the confidence that he has, do you see a little bit of a difference there? Is it more comfort level or is it a confidence factor for him?
No, he's a very confident young man. To me, it's all just about reps and continuing to play at this level and really being out there with his teammates. Understanding. What we did a great job of tonight with them is it wasn't just like throwing the ball down in the post and going ISO. Like we were getting it out of movement and pick and rolls and swings and fast breaks. That's how we want to play. The few times we try to just slow it down and post them and they fronted us, we can do that, but that's more, final 5-minute type of basketball. Through the heart of the game, he's such a dynamic athlete. We want him out running and rolling and getting out in transition. So just going through that experience again at a high level tonight, I thought was great for him.
Jason Jones?
Hey, Luke, back on the defense, you mentioned the additions, Mo, DeLon. I'd even throw Terrence in there. Having guys who have been through playoff runs, maybe some playoff pressure, and the level of defense it takes to play at that level, do you think that's helped the other guys, seeing those guys now on a regular basis and understanding some of the intricacies of defense?
I definitely think that helps. I think when you see guys constantly being at the nail and then closing out to shooters and constantly coming up with deflections and coming in and helping rebound from the perimeter spot, we talk about it all the time. We preach it. We haven't been able to practice it much this year. We show it on film. But to have teammates and peers that are out there doing it, it definitely speeds up that process. And they've been, they've been great additions.
Marshall Harris.
Luke, you talked about the defense. I know when you guys have had winning stretches earlier in the season, that's been like one of the hallmarks that you've been able to lean on, saying our defense has improved. Is there a reason to think that this is a more, I don't want to call it permanent, but more of just a consistency that you can expect to see through the end of the regular season based on the personnel maybe that's changed a little bit and just what you've seen over the last 3 to 4 games?
Yeah, I mean, I would find it very unlikely that we continue to hold everybody under 100. That just doesn't really happen in today's in what the NBA is today. But I totally expect the effort and the fight that we're getting right now. It does get more challenging when the other teams are hitting shots and whatnot. But I expect from our group to continue to compete and fight and play as hard as they've been playing. Really now going back 9-10 games since we really started playing much better again. And that's what we need to do every night in and night out. Nothing should change from that standpoint. The things that'll change are us making and missing shots, but our fighting effort has to stay constant.
James Ham.
Yeah, Luke, DeLon has, I think it's 10 steals and 5 blocks in his last 2 games. Just, is he a lot better than you thought he might be? And is he just fitting in perfectly or what?
Yeah, he's playing really very well for us right now. And, I knew DeLon was good, and it's tough. And you get traded to a team and you're a primary ball handler and you get traded to a team where you got, 2 of their top players are primary ball handlers. So you're trying to fit in with a new group and your roles changed. But in competing against DeLon over the years, I knew he was good. I think how he's playing right now, and I know he was this good, but he's been absolutely great for us these last few games.
Marshall.
Hey, Luke, I know you're taking it one game at a time, certainly. That being said, you look at the standings right now, Utah's running all over the Jazz in the second half of their game. You play San Antonio Friday in what is honestly one of the biggest games probably in Golden One Center history because there's just over a week left to play. If you win that game, you're a game and a half out of that 10 spot. Do you worry at all that players will start looking at that type of stuff, or are you able to just –
They should look at it. They will look at it. We're not going to sit here and talk about it as a team. We're going to come in and prep for Friday's game the same way we prep for all these games on this road trip. And that's, what does San Antonio do well? What do we need to keep working on? Being back home, getting back adjusted to the time zone, all those things are going to be where we're at and where our focus is. And we'll see how it plays out.
Jason Anderson.
Luke, I guess I'll follow up on that. The experience of going through this, is that almost, how valuable is that to go through some meaningful games late in the season? And is it kind of a shame that the group is not whole right now to all experience that together?
Yeah, that part of it is definitely not ideal that we don't have the whole group. It's nice that we, at least have Tyrese and Harrison with us, as we're, fighting through the end of this season. And it's good to get these type of games towards the end, right? Because we had this scenario a little bit probably about a month ago, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with how we were playing, and kind of got to a point where we're falling pretty far behind. And now it's good to have relevance down the stretch. And again, it's we look at it as a very important handful of games that we have left, and great learning opportunity for our guys, and a chance to really try to build some momentum going into the offseason. And we know how important this offseason is going to be. So we're gonna, we just got to keep building, keep working, and like I've said all the time, you work hard, you build good habits, good things will work out.
All right, Sean Cunningham.
Luke, I know it's always that, next man up mentality, but when you're as shorthanded as you are, just where does this little run here rank among the accomplishments of the season in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's right up there. We've had some really nice moments. I think the play of De'Aaron Fox, the growth he's shown is pretty high on my list. Just from, it wasn't all season, but he had some stretches where he really showed he can lead a team to a lot of winning. The growth of Tyrese is another one. What he came in as a rookie and what he continues to be, and knowing that he's a part of our future. A couple of those win streaks we went on, and I could go down the list. For Sean's been great, Harrison, but yeah, this one's up there because we are down and out right now. And we're playing lineups that haven't ever played together, and guys are really stepping up, and it's a lot of fun to coach this group right now.
All right, last one, Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Coach Walton, if you don't mind me bringing this up, considering that you have a game this Friday, but Buddy and DeLon, they played 40 minutes, on the back-to-back. They didn't manifest any fatigue out there. If I'm saying that right, maybe, he just managed their time pretty well, but they seem to respond real well, throughout that whole game. Were you kind of concerned with that? Because they really pulled it together these last 2 nights.
Yeah, they've been great, and they're great competitors. They both love to compete. I'll keep an eye on them, and I talked to them throughout the game, and they told me they're feeling good. But we'll get a flight home, we'll get an off day tomorrow, and then we'll reevaluate. And with where we're at, these guys, they want to be out there. They want to keep playing. They want to help us win, and they both did an amazing job of helping us win on this entire road trip.